What's going on, you guys? I hope you're all having a great morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you may be watching this video. I've owned my 86 for a few years now, and a lot of you know that I drive my car pretty hard and I like to have my fun with it. The car is sitting at around 23,000 miles or so. So I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to grab everything that we need to do all the fluid changes for the oil, transmission, and diff. Now, normally this is the oil that I use right here, the OW20, but I'm actually going to be switching to 5W30 because I found out that it's a little bit better for the car to run that while it's in the Florida heat. And people say that switching to 5W30 helps because it doesn't run so thin. Inside this package right here, I have all the transmission and the differential fluid. I have a brand new oil filter and all the gaskets that we're gonna need for the drain and fill. And that's pretty much all we're gonna need. I'm not actually gonna be working on the 86 at the house today. I'm gonna be taking it to the shop. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the 86 all started up and we'll head out. Alright, you guys, so I actually just made it to the shop right now where I'm going to be working on the car. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is get the hood opened up. That way we can get the oil filter taken off and get the oil drained out. First thing we'll go ahead and do is get the oil fill cap removed. I like to usually just head it off to the side right here just so I remember where it's at. And now we can come to the oil filter and get this unscrewed as well. We're not going to be needing this anymore, so we can go ahead and just throw this in the garbage. You can now grab a rag and get everything inside here all cleaned up. That should be good right there. I'm going to go ahead now and make my way underneath the car. We're going to come over to this plastic under tray piece right here and use a 10mm bolt to get them removed. As you can see, now we have access to remove the drain plug. While the oil is draining out from underneath the car, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the drain plug and remove the old gasket and get a new one put on there. Now we can go back underneath the car and get this put back in. The smart thing to do is to go back up on top now and get the oil filled up into the car. That way we can ensure that there's no leaks from the drain plug. I'm gonna go ahead and get the oil filter opened up as well. Always make sure to add a little bit of oil around the ring on the filter before you go ahead and install it. You just wanna go hand tight with this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these funnels right here. We'll start off now by adding our 5W30. Normally I would fill it up to around 6 quarts just because these vehicles have an issue with oil consumption. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by filling it up to around 5.3 or 5.4 to get started off, and then I'll start the car up and see what the oil levels look like, and if we need to fill it up a little bit more, we can. So I'll use about half of this 1 quart bottle. Go ahead and get the fill put back on, get it tightened down. We'll go ahead and start up the car and just run underneath and make sure that there's no leaks. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this brake cleaner right here. Get that all sprayed down. everything seems to be good. Now that we know everything looks good, we can go ahead and come over and get the car shut off. Another thing that I want to do while the hood's already up is check all the other fluid levels inside the engine bay. If you guys have been watching my channel for a little while, you may have seen that my car completely sucked itself dry of coolant and there was none inside the reservoir. Thankfully, ever since that's happened, we haven't had any issues and the car's at the correct coolant level that it's supposed to be at. I'm gonna go ahead over here and pop off the windshield wiper fluid, and this thing's completely dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this topped off as well. Just like that. What I need to go ahead and do now is get this skid tray taken off right here and this little plastic panel as well. Should be really simple, just a little time consuming. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a 10 for most of these bolts right here, and then I think a 12 for a few of them as well. Now we should have full access to the transmission and the diff back over there. To drain and fill the transmission, it should be pretty simple. What you're gonna go ahead and do is grab a 10mm Allen key bolt and do the top one right here, which is the fill, and down here is the drain. You're gonna wanna make sure you do the fill first. That way you can ensure you're able to put more fluid in it, because if you take the drain one off first and then you can't get the fill one taken off, then you're gonna be stuck with no fluid in the transmission. I'm gonna go ahead and get the fill one taken off first, and we can do the same for the drain. Doesn't look the worst. Like I said, I have around 24 or 23,000 miles or so on my car, but I have taken it to the track, and I mean, I drive it pretty hard regularly, so it's definitely worth changing. People say it's good to change out the fluids in the transmission and the diff at around 30,000 miles, so I was close to that, and I figured with the way I drive my car, it's better to change it a little bit earlier than to change it late. On the transmission drain plug, you'll notice there's a bunch of corrosion actually built up on the tops of it. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is just grab a microfiber and get it all cleaned off and replace the gasket that's on it. You're gonna go ahead and make sure you tighten this to 27 foot-pounds. I'm now gonna use this little tool right here to siphon all the new transmission fluid out of the bottle. That way I can put it into the transmission. All right, everything seems to look good and clear. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the transmission now, just like so, and you'll know it's full once the fluid starts to drip out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it turned on now. Oh my gosh, this pump is taking forever. Holy crap. After a long time of waiting, you can see that it's starting to drip out right here. So we can go ahead and get this tube pulled out. Now we can grab the fill plug for the transmission and get this screwed back on. I'm gonna go ahead and get this torqued down to 27. For the differential, it should be pretty much the exact same thing. So right underneath right here is the drain, and on the side of it is the fill. So we're gonna go ahead and get the fill removed first, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the drain. Make sure you grab a microfiber and get the drain and the fill plugs both fully cleaned off before you insert them back onto the car. I'll go ahead now and just get this tightened back on. And you're gonna wanna tighten these to 36 foot-pounds of torque. And just like that, everything is fully finished up on the car. I'm gonna go ahead and get it started up and then run underneath real quick just to make sure we don't have any leaks. Everything seems to be good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some brake cleaner and just get everything wiped down. That's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this maintenance day. I'm really happy we were able to change out the oil, transmission fluid, and the differential fluid. I hope this video was able to help those of you who haven't done something like this before on your car. If you enjoyed, please make sure you guys give it a like down below. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you're new, that way you can stay up to date on all the content that I post with my 86, just like this. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.